Before I begin, if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel for more real stories like this, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I want to know, how would you have handled my situation? Started with a photo, a single snapshot sent to my phone by someone I didn't even know personally. My stomach turned as I stared at it, my wife smiling, her hand on another man's shoulder. The caption simply read, "Office party vibes." I froze. My heart thumped so loudly I could hear it in my ears. I stared at the screen again, hoping my eyes were playing tricks on me. But no, the smile, the touch, the way he leaned in. It all looked disturbingly intimate. I called her immediately. She answered cheerfully, completely unaware of the storm raging inside me. "Hey, did you see my photo from tonight? The office party was hilarious." I forced a calm tone. "Yeah, I saw it." My voice probably sounded hollow even to myself. She didn't notice. She never noticed when my world started cracking quietly around me. The next few days were a blur. I questioned myself constantly. Am I overreacting? Is this really serious? Maybe it's innocent. They're just colleagues. But my gut screamed otherwise. Then came the subtle signs, the ones I had missed before. Missed calls when I was home, the quick swipes to hide her phone screen whenever I looked, sudden late meetings that seemed to come out of nowhere. I found myself obsessively checking my phone, rereading old messages, searching for clues in conversations I had ignored before. One afternoon I was cleaning out her purse while she was in the shower, something I would never normally do, and I found it. A note tucked between receipts. Just a small piece of paper with a time and a location, and the initials of the man from the photo. My hand shook so badly I dropped it, the paper fluttering like a mocking confession. That night I couldn't sleep. Every memory we shared now felt tainted. The dinners, the laughter, the quiet nights watching movies. Every "I love you" felt like a rehearsal in a play I hadn't been cast in. I remembered the way she used to brush her hair behind her ear in a certain way, the way her laugh would fill the room. And now, that same laugh, I imagined it with him. My chest ached. My mind raced with the anger I couldn't express and the betrayal I couldn't escape. I tried to confront her gently at first. "Who is he?" I asked one evening. Her expression changed instantly. The casual smile fell, replaced by hesitation. "What do you mean?" she said, voice a little too high-pitched, a little too defensive. "I saw the photo and the note," I said. "I need to know the truth." Her eyes dropped and she whispered almost to herself, "It's complicated." Complicated? My hands were shaking. My voice was calm but heavy. Complicated is lying to me, hiding meetings, smiling for him at a party while I'm left thinking everything's fine. She looked up then and I saw it, remorse, guilt, maybe even fear. She tried to explain. "It was nothing. I didn't mean for it to. I just got carried away. I never wanted to hurt you." Her words were soft, but my heart wasn't soft anymore. I realized something crucial. The problem wasn't her one mistake. It was the erosion of trust over time, the small betrayals that built up until they became unbearable. The turning point came at another office event. I didn't go, my instincts screamed I shouldn't, but I knew she would. And I also knew I didn't have to raise my voice to take action. That night, she came home later than usual. I was sitting at the kitchen table, lights dim, a glass of water in front of me. I didn't ask questions. I didn't accuse. I simply looked at her. The look I gave her said everything words never could. "I know. And you're not getting away with it quietly." She slumped into a chair, exhausted and guilty. I didn't," she started. I raised a hand gently. "Don't explain. I've already decided what this means for me." For the next few weeks I withdrew, not with anger, not with shouting, but with quiet, deliberate distance. I let her realize what her choices meant. I didn't humiliate her publicly. I didn't lash out. I just existed on my own terms, reclaiming the space she had violated. And slowly, in the silence, the revenge became its own kind of justice. Not violent, not vengeful in the traditional sense, but quiet, unwavering self-respect. I stopped lying to myself. I stopped excusing her behavior. I stopped letting her presence define my happiness. That, in itself, was the revenge. We eventually had the conversation I had been dreading but knew was inevitable. Sitting across from her at the dining table, I was calm. My hands rested on the surface, steady, my eyes fixed on hers. I can't stay, I said simply. Not because I hate you, but because I love myself enough to know I deserve better. Trust is gone, and love without it, it doesn't survive. Tears filled her eyes. I'm so sorry, she whispered. I never wanted to lose you. I know, I said. But you already did, the moment you put someone else before what we had. I left that night quietly, with nothing but a bag and a resolve I hadn't felt in years. The drive was silent, and the world outside my window blurred past, but for the first time in months, I felt my chest expand, not with pain but with freedom. In the weeks that followed, I rebuilt myself. I reconnected with old friends I had neglected, started working out again, and took long walks where I could breathe without guilt or confusion. I even began journaling, cataloging every memory, every emotion, not to dwell, but to understand, to process, to heal. I don't hate her. I've learned that resentment only weighs you down, but I do carry the lessons with me. I've learned to trust my instincts, to notice the quiet warning signs, and to respect my own boundaries. I've learned that revenge doesn't always mean destruction. It can mean reclamation of your dignity, your peace, your life. Sometimes late at night I still think about her, the way she smiled, the way we laughed, the life we almost had. And it hurts. But now the hurt is tempered with clarity, and I know I'll survive it. I know I'll be stronger. I know I'll never let someone touch my heart or my life without honesty again. So if there's one takeaway from my story, it's this: betrayal is devastating, but the real power is in reclaiming yourself. Quiet revenge, the kind that restores your dignity, is the kind that truly matters. If you've ever experienced something similar, I want to hear your story. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. How would you have handled it? And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more real-life stories of love, betrayal, and self-discovery.